Welcome to today's information session. My name is Fridah Ntarangwi, and I am the Managing Director of ZD-Circle. And at ZD-Circle, we promote diaspora development through entrepreneurship and angel investing programs for the diaspora and SMEs. I wanted to explain a little bit how the Diaspora Angel Investor Program works. First of all, we started it out of the need to educate the diaspora, because a lot of diaspora want to contribute to not just their country of residence, but also their country of origin. But most of the time, they do not have the skills to do that. Most of them, they do not have the angel investing skills to start investing in SMEs. And in other instances, they do not have the infrastructure to start doing the angel investing. By infrastructure means when you want to do an investment, do you register a company? Do you have a registered company? Do you have an investment vehicle or a channel that invests on your behalf? Do you have an angel investing group that helps you with investments, or what do you have? So at ZD-Circle, we created two solutions to enable you make this angel investing. One is to give you the skills that you need to start functioning as an angel investor. And the angel investing process is a long one and involves different topics. You have to understand the businesses, you have to know the rigor structures, you have to know the due diligence and what so on, that I'm going to explain in a minute. But above all, we prepared a collective, an investment vehicle in form of a collective that the diaspora members are able to gather together their angel investing amounts and then invest as one ticket into the SMEs in their countries of origin, or even among the diaspora themselves, among their companies. So for this reason, I am going to start explaining the Angel Investor Fellowship, how we deliver it and what it's intended for. And first of all, it targets aspiring African diaspora investors, international investors, and investors also in the African countries. So now I'm gonna explain what it's that we cover within this Angel Investor Program. There are different topics that you have to cover and understand. And one of these topics is what is angel investing? Okay, I think it's kind of a word that has been left to venture capitalists or anybody who understands finance in a way, who understands venture capital investments. But it basically, an angel is an angel. It's like a business savior who comes into a business to help them with growth, to help them with the knowledge that they do not have, and somebody who wants to grow together with the business by investing their private capital, their private money. And this can be in different forms, in forms of buying shares in a company, which is called equity, private equity, or giving a loan to a company, which is called debt financing, or both, okay? Both equity and debt, owning shares and giving a loan, which is called mezzanine financing, where you mix them both. So these are the topics that we cover under the major topic of basics of angel investing, because you need to understand in detail what is it, what are you trying to do, how does investing work even, what are the funding types and criteria, what are the investment stages that are involved in an investment process. So this is the first cluster or the first theme of the fellowship, where we unpackage that. Now, within that theme of basics of angel investing, we have different topics covering all these aspects that I've mentioned. The next theme that we focus on is evaluating business ventures. And by evaluating business ventures, we mean you want to invest in an SME or a startup. Do you even understand their business model? You need to understand them. What do they do? What are the components of their business? And like, you know, there are very many components of our business. We like using the business model canvas. It tells us who is the target, what's the value proposition that you're bringing on board, who are the target customers, what are the channels that you use to develop your to distribute your product or service. What are the key partnerships that you need, the financials involved, the cost, the returns, and the profits that you're going to make. The resources that you're going to need, either equipment or IT infrastructure, technology, the people themselves as a resource. Those are the things that you look at. So when you're evaluating a venture, you have to look at different components of a business. And like I've said, financials is one key of them. Looking at the numbers, the profits, the costs, the variations. What's the value of this business? What are the projecting revenue? Because if you want to make money, it's important to see that this is a sustainable business model financially. And of course, the valuation, where we go into due diligence. Now that you have understood the components of your business, if I give you ZD Circle to invest in, you're going to scan it on different aspects that I've explained. And eventually, you're going to say, I can live with the risks of this investing in ZD, or goodbye, I cannot invest in these businesses anymore because it's too risky. So that's the process. The process of evaluation is called due diligence. So within the theme of evaluating ventures, we cover business models, we cover financial models, valuations, we cover due diligence in detail. And then we have the third theme, which is deal making. You've already evaluated your business. You understand it very well. You decide, I'm not going to invest in, or yes, I'm going to proceed with this business. If you're going to proceed with this business, you're going to prepare some documents. First of all, we start with the term sheet. And the term sheet is the document that spells the terms of the investment. So this is the company that is being invested in. These are the terms in terms of I'm investing in debt, I'm investing in equity. And these are the conditions. If you're giving a loan, these are the interest rates that are going to be charged. If you're investing in equity, these are the shares that are going to be issued to you at this value, and these are the returns that you're going to get. If you're going to invest in equity, do you want to sit in the board? Do you have a position in the board? And if you have a position in the board, what powers do you have? Do you have a voting right? So these are the things we look at. And then we look at the legal documentation. If it's a loan, of course, you're going to write a loan document or a loan agreement. If the shareholding that you're going to do equity instrument, you're definitely going to draw shareholder agreements and all the documentation that are involved. And then you're going to highlight how you're going to monitor the business after investment. And eventually you're going to indicate what's your exit, because you don't get somewhere that you can't get out. You need to have good conducive terms for you to be able to get out. And finally, after that, the investment process starts. And these are the three themes that we cover. So basics of angel investing, evaluating ventures, and deal making process. Because we are doing most of the running online, we like to finish off with our retreats. We just concluded one big retreat in September, this September in Brussels, which is a gathering that you come together, you network with peers that you've been meeting online, but also you try to make some deals together in terms of the investments. So for the upcoming Angel Investor Fellowship, we are starting actually as early as next week. So if you've not signed up, we'll encourage you to sign up quickly. And you'll be admitted, and so that you can join this group. Of course, we try to have a mix of videos, Q&A sessions, and expert sessions. So within the 6 weeks, we have some weeks that you are doing something either alone or with a group. And the other time that we're coming together to listen to experts and ask question and answers. And then eventually when we finish, there is always an opportunity for pitches, yelling pitches from the entrepreneurs who, after pitching the ZD Circle through the ZD Circle cohort, which is the collective investment channel, helps you from there on having a good deal pipeline of investments, doing due diligence and the investment process, and as well as monitoring. So thank you very much for listening. This is what you expect in an angel investing training program. Thank you.